Hi, today I'd like to talk about post traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. This is a mental health condition that can affect anyone who has experienced a deeply distressing or traumatic event. Such event might include war, violence, accidents, natural disasters, or any situation that feels life-threatening or causes severe emotional pain. It is important to understand that trauma affects people differently. What might be overwhelming for one person could be manageable for another. PTSD occurs when the brain struggles to process the traumatic event, leaving the person stuck in the cycle of fear and stress, even when the danger has passed.
PTSD have four main categories of symptoms: intrusive memories. This includes flashbacks, nightmares, or sudden uncontrollable thoughts about the traumatic event. For example, a war veteran might suddenly feel as though they are back in combat, or someone who survived an accident might vividly recall the crash. These memories can feel so real that they are emotionally overwhelming. Avoidance. People with PTSD often avoid anything that reminds them of the trauma. This could mean staying away from certain places, people, or even activities. For instance, a person who experienced a car accident might stop driving altogether. They may also avoid talking about the event or even thinking about it, which can isolate them from others. Increased anxiety. Many people with PTSD feel constantly on edge. They might have trouble relaxing, experience frequent irritability, or struggle with sleep. This heightened state of alertness is often described as feeling like they're in fight or flight mode all the time, even when there's no immediate threat. Negative changes in mood. PTSD can lead to persistent feelings of guilt, shame, or hopelessness. People may feel detached from their loved ones or lose interest in activities they once enjoyed. Over time, this emotional numbness can make life feel very difficult and lonely. Prevalence. PTSD is more common than many people realize. Studies show that about 7-8% of people will experience PTSD at some point in their lives. Women are at a higher risk than men, often due to experience such as domestic violence or sexual assault. Veterans and first responders are also significantly affected. Among war veterans, the rate of PTSD can be as high as 30%. This shows that certain groups are particularly vulnerable and may need additional support. Treatment options. The good news is that PTSD is treatable. With the right help, people can regain control of their lives. Here are the most common and effective treatment methods. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. This therapy helps individuals recognize and change negative thought patterns. For example, someone with PTSD might believe they are to blame for what happened, and CBT can help them replace that guilt with the healthier, more realistic thoughts. Exposure therapy. This involves gradually facing memories or situations related to the trauma in a safe and controlled way. The goal is to reduce the fear associated with these memories so they no longer feel overwhelming. Medication. Antidepressants and other medications can help manage symptoms like anxiety, depression, and insomnia, making it easier for people to engage in therapy. Group therapy. Sharing experiences with others who have gone through similar situations can be incredibly healing. It reminds people that they are not alone and helps them build a support network.
PTSD is a serious condition, but it is important to remember that it's not a life sentence. With the proper treatment and support, people can overcome the effects of trauma and regain their emotional balance. If you or someone you know is struggling with PTSD, don't hesitate to reach out for help. Early intervention can make big difference. Thank you for your attention. I hope this talk helps you better understand PTSD and how we can support those affected by it.